Sorry about the audio on the last one. It was quiet. I thought the mics on here were a little stronger. So hopefully this is better. So we ended the last video with a little what is the meaning of life translated to what is the purpose of biological life on Earth. And so we're going to stick with that one for now, and then we can branch out into different meanings at other times. But this is one that I've contemplated, so I thought I'd talk about it. So first, because we have taken us away from, with positing question in such a way, we have taken us away from what is the meaning of human existence, which is another way we could look at it, putting humans on a pedestal. What is the meaning of human existence versus the rest of animal life? And this is not that. This is going to contain all life, including humans, but not exclusive to humans. Now, that is one thing I want to try and do on here as well, is the idea that if I'm trying to learn that if a philosophy is particular to humans, then it's not a good philosophy, because it's a selfish philosophy, a human-centered philosophy, and that's not right. A philosophy should be able to encompass the entire existence of the world and the universe. And if for some reason my philosophy only takes into account humans, then it's flawed from the start. So we're looking at biological life here. Why is it here? Well, from my knowledge, I know that every piece of nature is involved in keeping a cycle going. So if we start from a broad sense of something that kind of everybody knows, we have the 4 seasons. We have summer, winter, fall, and spring. Not in that order. And so you have your springtime, where you have your biggest burst of growth, and then it's followed by summer, where you have a lot of growth, but it's also things get quite hot and you lose a lot of moisture. You need some replenishment of moisture. If you had summer all the time, you would just lose more and more water, and eventually it would all evaporate, or it would all just evaporate. So you have to have colder season, so it moves into the fall, where the rains come and the frost comes. Move into the winter, where the snow comes, and the ice pack and the snowpack up on the mountains are stored, so that in the springtime the water from the snowpack can come down and supply the lower parts of the land with water throughout the summer season. So just right there you have this whole cycle, and that is from the cycle of going around the sun and being further or closer to the sun, depending on where you are in that orbit around the sun. And so we have associated that with months and seasons, and anyway, so that's important, just for the aspect of life on Earth needing water. We also have more close-up view of things, like when a population of carnivores, such as wolves, are in an area, if there are too many of them, they'll eat too much of the herbivores around, like deer and whatnot. The deer population will go down. And perhaps the deer population will simply leave. The carnivore population will sort of starve to death, and their population will be forced to go down, or perhaps migrate somewhere else as well. And so you have this stabilization of the amount of animals in one area based on food supply. And so you have this, but of course you must have an up and a down. It's not just steady all the time. You have an up in deer population, then you have an up in wolf population. Then the wolves eat a bunch of deer, the deer population goes down, the wolf population goes down, and etc. So the wolf and the deer population and other things help maintain that cycle, that balance. So now we have another piece of the environment that has its own balance. And of course, both the wolves and the deer, keeping it simple, are contributing to the cycle of life and death, and also the deer help maintain a certain denseness of foliage in that area, because they eat the flora, I believe it is. They eat the plants, and both the deer and the wolves will defecate, which helps refertilize the forest. So there you have, just with the deer and the wolves, very, very simple, small look at the forest life. We have an idea of how the cycles of just our little corner of the universe on our planet, how the cycles in nature help maintain some of the balance on the planet.